we all know, is the stalwart or the poster boy of Indian startup scene. And today it's one of the most recognized brands, and we all have it in our mobiles.
I'll just give a little bit backstory about Zomato. So in 2008, two ex-Bain and Company employees, Vipin Goyal and Pankaj Chadha, they decided to start a company which was named as eBay.
Food eBay.
Yeah.
That sounds a lot like eBay.
Exactly. So that was one of the reasons why they felt the need to change the name.
Today we all know Zomato is multiple business lines. So Vivek, let's focus on few of the most important acquisitions which Zomato has made.
Let's focus on the first acquisition of 2006.
Hi all, welcome to Pulse Chat episode 2. Today we are going to discuss about Zomato and its acquisition strategy. Zomato, as we all know, is the stalwart or the poster boy of Indian startup scene, and today it's one of the most recognized brands, and we all have it in our mobiles, right?
First of all, Zomato is a really interesting choice of topic today. I'll just give a little bit backstory about Zomato. So in 2008, two ex-Bain and Company employees by the name Vipin Goyal and Pankaj Chadha, they decided to start a company which was named as Food eBay.
Food eBay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds a lot like eBay.
Exactly. So that was one of the reasons why they felt the need to change the name to Zomato in 2010. There was one more reason actually. So the founders felt that they were not sure they want to stick to the food business, which they certainly did not, as we can see.
Yes, they certainly did not stick only to the food business. I mean, we all know Zomato, it started out in restaurant discovery and reviews business, right? And although it did not stick to it, today we all know Zomato is in multiple business lines. It's into food delivery, it's into hyper pure business, it's into ticketing business, it's into events. So, Vivek, why don't you throw some light on what business verticals does Zomato have?
Definitely. So let's talk about going out business. Okay, so going out business is a combination of Zomato's dining out business and as well as its little bit newer event ticketing business.
Right. Along with this, Zomato's going out business also consists of hosting events like Zomato Land, wherein they are calling artists as well as restaurants all across India as well as outside to give patrons a new experience, and has become very quickly a big competition to music festivals like Lollapalooza and Sunburn.
And now the second one, I think this our founders felt that it was a great time to enter the hyper local food delivery market, and that's how the food delivery business came into Zomato.
Right. And so the third vertical of this Zomato business.
So that one is Hyperpure. Hyperpure is a new vertical which is the only B2B business line of Zomato. So what they do in this one is that they provide inventories to restaurants, which the inventories include the stuff they need to cook their food.
Yeah. Certainly, I mean, hyperpure business, it makes a lot of sense for Zomato to get into this business, because Zomato has all these partner restaurants on its platform, and it is sitting on a gold mine of data, right? It has access to what orders are being placed at what restaurant, how many orders a day, what ingredients does the restaurant need. So this is a natural extension to their business lines, and this is also very innovative because B2B business, right, has a less customer acquisition cost. So this certainly will help Zomato into their path to profitability.
Yes. And the last one, but certainly not the least, I think this is the most talked about service line nowadays of Zomato. So Blinkit. Blinkit is the quick commerce business line of Zomato, where you can order groceries which will be delivered within an hour.
We all know this quick commerce industry is heating up like crazy, and I just saw Dipinder Goyal speaking on a podcast. He was saying that quick commerce is the fastest growing business within Zomato, and it is soon going to be even bigger than Zomato's core business of food delivery, right? So this space is very important and heating up pretty fast. So Vivek, let's focus on acquisitions which have been done by Zomato. Zomato has done 19 acquisitions in last 10 years, right? It started doing its first acquisitions in 2014, and from 2014 to 2016, it it has done around 9 to 10 acquisitions, but focusing on a particular strategy. And post 2016, the strategy or the strategic rationale behind these acquisitions changed completely.
That's a very interesting point actually about Zomato. So if you see, this is a classic example of how companies want to shift their strategies by acquiring companies. So for 2014 and 15, you will see that all the majority of acquisitions were done overseas.
Okay.
Yeah, so these companies were doing business which was in line with the going out business of the Zomato. Zomato was not working in food ordering business at that time. So these 9 acquisitions came from that time.
Okay, that is very interesting.
You will see a clear shift from 2016 onwards. You will see that there is not a single acquisition done out of India after 2016.
I mean, what you're saying is till 2016 they were primarily focusing on expanding geographically. At one point they started acquiring companies. All of them were in India, and all these acquisitions, although not all, these acquisitions have kept a focus on expanding new and complementing services, basically doing a horizontal acquisition, right? And they have added all these new, business verticals like quick commerce, hyperpure, and food delivery, right?
Yeah.
So Vivek, let's focus on few of the most important acquisitions which Zomato has made.
So let's focus on the first acquisition of 2016. It was Sparse Labs. So Sparse Labs was basically an Indian startup which was focusing on. So yeah, sure. Let's focus on Sparse Labs first. This was the first acquisition they did in 2016. So Sparse Labs was basically an Indian startup which had made an application which did live tracking of delivery people.
Okay, so all these live tracking that customers and restaurants can do is all thanks to Sparse Labs.
Yes.
I think we also have to thank Sparse Labs for the glitchy technology where we see Zomato delivery boys spinning around at the same point or floating on water, is it?
Yes, that's the one you have to thank for.
Yeah.
So Zomato did acquire this company and then integrated their application onto their own application.
Yeah. So let's talk about second or more important acquisition which is focused on food delivery business, that is Runner. So Runner, if you see, is a startup which was a delivery fleet startup, right? So it had its own delivery fleet, and before 2016, Zomato, when it was delivering, it was using Delivery and Grab to deliver its products. But seeing the volume and the demand for this, Zomato thought that we should grow this capability and have this capability in-house, and acquiring Runner marked the first delivery fleet which Zomato had.
So basically, if you look at these 2 transactions done by Zomato, you will see that these are the ones that helped Zomato grow their food ordering business. So the already existing business. Now I'll tell you about another acquisition, Votu.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is a little bit lesser known acquisition about Zomato actually, because this is the one where they started their B2B business line.
Okay, so this is the acquisition which helped Zomato to establish their hyperpure business.
Yes. So Votu was an Indian startup which already did the same business of delivering groceries and delivering inventories to the restaurants, and Zomato acquired it and rebranded it as Hyperpure and started its own app.
Right. I mean, following on similar theme, let's talk about Blinkit. This is Zomato's biggest acquisition. It is a 4,400 crore acquisition done by Zomato in 2022, and we all know Blinkit is a quick commerce platform and has been instrumental in Zomato's growth journey.
Yeah, and but Blinkit has not only given good news to Zomato, because recently you might have heard in the news that one of the co-founders of Zomato has left the company because of the investors expressing some concerns regarding governance and conflict of interest surrounding this deal.
Right, absolutely. So if you see, Zomato's co-founder Akriti, she has just resigned from the company, right? Although the official reason given by Zomato is that she wants to pursue personal interest, what is also being said is that shareholders raised some governance issues and conflict of interest as Akriti is spouse of Blinkit's founder, right?
Yes.
And what shareholders are concerned about is that because there is such an intimate relationship, this can cause a conflict of interest and this can sway the way decisions are being taken about Blinkit within the organization.
Yeah.
So this is also touted as one of the reasons why she might have left the firm.
Yeah. But that is the thing. And one more acquisition we cannot forget about, the most recent one Zomato did. So Zomato has acquired the insider business of Paytm, so e-ticketing business of Paytm. And in this, they are going to create their own app called as District. So basically, this complements the Zomato Live business of the going out service line.
Right. I mean, thanks to this acquisition, Zomato has already made strides in this space, right? Recently, they launched tickets for Diljit Dosanjh, which were sold out in just 1 minute.
Yeah. Actually, I tried to get that ticket a lot, but I couldn't.
Yeah, discussions surrounding Coldplay tickets, BMS, all of those, and the capacity which Indian audience has shown for going out events. I believe this is right time to be in this space, build capabilities, and I'm sure this space is going to have a lot of growth in future.
Yes. So now these three business lines, these three acquisitions, these three focus on
much more forward-looking one, a much more futuristic one, and an investment into technology, right? It is Tech Eagle Innovations. Tech Eagle Innovations is basically a drone company, an Indian startup which is doing drone deliveries. So currently, although it is drone deliveries are not out for public, but this acquisition really shows that Zomato is investing into its future. The primary aim behind this acquisition, as touted out by Zomato, is establishing hub-to-hub delivery using drones. But given investments into more research and development and regulatory approvals coming soon, this acquisition can really help Zomato stay ahead of the curve from its competitors like Swiggy and start drone delivery business. This will help Zomato cut down its dependence on delivery partners, right? I mean, you would have seen that there is a lot of regulatory action which is giving cognizance to delivery partners for more statutory benefits and more fixed benefits, right? This can probably help them stay ahead and cut down costs.
Yes, certainly. So now, if we these are all the acquisitions that were significant for Zomato for growing as a business, but it's not that Zomato is only focusing on inorganic growth by acquisitions. Zomato has, if you look at the IPO funds allocation, so Zomato launched its IPO in 2021, so where it was around for somewhere around 9,000 crore rupees, and if we see 56% of that budget went into organic growth and 21% of it went into inorganic growth, and the rest went into general corporate purposes.
Right. I mean, yes, acquisitions, as we all can see, is a very, very fundamental strategy used by Zomato to expand its service offerings, its geographies, and its customer base.
Right. And being in the most competitive field, they'll have to use these two strategies as they can.
All right, Vivek, I believe we have given a lot of food for our audience, right? Food for thought for our audience. For real food, go and order on Zomato.